The 110th season of football at Arkansas Tech University will begin on Thursday, September 4th with a road game at Southwestern Oklahoma State. But before the fun and games, the Wonder Boys have to go to work and get to work during fall camp. And here to visit with us about that is Roy Thompson, the 18th head football coach at Arkansas Tech, as he gets set for his first season with the Wonder Boys. And Coach, first of all, just thank you for spending some time with us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Been looking forward to it.
Well, let's start with the basics. About how many players do you expect to report for the beginning of fall camp? And of those, approximately how many are returners and approximately how many are newcomers?
Yeah, so we've probably got a total of 141 kids that are on the roster right now. About 70 of those guys are returners, and they were there with us in the spring. And then the other guys, they're newcomers from high school to some transfers of all different levels. Yeah.
During this week and a half between the beginning of fall camp and the start of fall classes, what will the Wonder Boys' daily schedule look like?
Yeah, so we're going to go with the morning practice schedule, get those guys out in the morning, do that practice, and then come back in the afternoons for some team building and man school, just kind of letting them know who we are, our core values, how we want to represent Arkansas Tech University, and then have some special teams meetings, position meetings, and weights, really just trying to not only build their body but build their mind. That's kind of the plan.
All of the information you're trying to communicate to these guys in a compressed schedule. Every minute, every hour is precious. How do you go about teaching your guys the importance of having that sense of urgency?
Yeah, it's huge. We've got 22 practices before that first game, and when you go through in the summer and you make the schedule out of what you're going to do every day, it really hits you how important each day is. So we're going to try to stress that to those guys as coaches, how important every day, every rep is, because you only got 22 days, and you don't want to waste one with a bad practice or not being at your best.
So, Coach, as you go through this process of having preseason camp, a lot of teaching takes place, but also you want to put your guys in some competitive situations during practice. What do you hope to learn from those competitions?
Yeah, competition breeds everything, right? And so really we want to know who are the guys that have that competitive edge, right? When we went out and recruited these guys, I would say we recruited them and we retained them because they had a skill set, right? And so when we put those guys in, whether it's a team situation or a one-on-one competition between each other, usually the cream is going to rise to the top. And so we're looking forward to getting out there and competing in all the different phases and see who those guys are that we feel like we can go to battle with when we go to SWASU.
In what ways do you feel like the Wonder Boys have improved since you arrived on the scene back in December?
Absolutely. When I first got hired, we talked about the philosophy of go to work, right? And those building parts of each and every day, you got to go out there and be the best version of yourself to try to do it at an elite level. And I would say that the 70 guys that went through spring ball with us and went through War Zone, which is our kind of mat drills, those guys definitely have it, right? And so now we've got 80 or so new guys that are coming in, and it's like, how do we get all of those guys to mesh and understand the principles of who we are? I think Coach Golden did a great job in the summer workouts. We had over 100 kids here then, and so they started to be able to go through our workout program, understanding about being on time and accountability and finishing at an elite level. So some of them have a clue, but man, when you get out there on the grass here in a couple of days, man, it all ramps up. And so I'm excited to see how those kids compete. And so as coaches, we've got to do a great job of each and every day maintaining a high standard of accountability and detail for our players, so that we, again, some guys are gonna rise to the top and make it through this, and some are not gonna be quite ready to meet our standards of excellence of what it takes to be successful. And so it's our job as coaches to make sure that the kids that get on the bus to go to Oklahoma in a couple of weeks have passed the test. Those guys who went through War Zone, they know what it takes. We've got to put these other guys through that same level of intensity that those guys had, many, many weeks of spring ball to go through. We've got 22 days to get those guys to that same standard and have a group of men of about 80 men that's going to travel to Southwestern ready to go to work.
As far as on the field teaching stuff and also in the classroom teaching stuff to get guys ready to play a football game on September 4th, what are your biggest priorities between now and then?
We talk about details, effort, and finish, right? And it sounds a little cliche, but those are the things we've got to do. It's teaching, but not only teaching, but what can you execute at a high level, right? So our attention to detail, getting those guys to play hard and finishing each and every rep. That's what we're looking for, and that's what it's going to take to win not only the first game but each game. And you've got to repeat that level every week. I think sometimes like you focus on those little things in your mat drills in the spring, and then you lose sight of them until after the fact. But if you can have a mindset of one game at a time every day, being ultra important and trying to get it done at an elite level, that's how we'll have success in the end.
Your first season as a head football coach, you've been preparing yourself for this moment for a long time, all the way back to when you were the coach for that JV Pee Wee team back in your hometown, Mississippi. You've been getting ready for this moment. What are your emotions? What are you feeling as you get ready to go through this first season as a head coach?
Absolutely. I'm excited, of course, right? You got all of these guys who decided to come to Tech or stay at Tech, and they believe in a vision. I mean, the administration at Tech, Abby Davis and Dr. Jones, those all guys believe in me to do a job. And so I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to meet the standard, man. I know the Wonder Boy community wants to win at a high level. I think I'm the right guy to do it, and so we're going to try to attack this thing every day. Every day I wake up trying to figure out how to make Arkansas Tech football the premier Division II school in the state of Arkansas, and so that's my goal, and that's what I'm trying to do.
A few reminders for Wonder Boys fans as we get ready for the 2025 season. First, the season opener is Thursday, September 4th at Southwestern Oklahoma State in Weatherford. That will be a 6 p.m. kickoff. The next week on Thursday, September 11th, it'll be a 7 p.m. start when Arkansas Tech hosts Northwestern Oklahoma State for the first home game of the season. You'll be able to listen to every game this season on River Country, KCJC 102.3 FM in the Arkansas River Valley, and anywhere around the world on the EAB Media Group app. For those home games, be sure to go to arkansastechsports.com/tickets to get your seats for all 6 of the home games the Wonder Boys will play this year. And for all things Wonder Boys and Golden Suns, go to arkansastechsports.com. Coach Thompson, thank you very much for your time today, and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
For Coach Thompson, until next time, so long, everybody.